The regular season ends here in Week 11. Welcome to Fifth Quarter, built by Trinity Homes. I'm Joe Mercado. Shelby Cassesi and CJ Harvey will join us later in the show. This is the first time in recent memory that we have led the show with highlights from Glenville, but there is very good reason. The best season in the history of Gilmer County football is in play, and with a win over Meadow Bridge tonight, Steve Schuff and the Titans would cap the regular season at a perfect 10-0. A game so big, we sent our own chief meteorologist Ken Meehan there to Glenville to chronicle this one. Trey Schuff drops the ball but picks it up, takes it to the right sideline, and picks up 33 yards on the play. Later in the drive, Schuff throws the ball 22 yards to Justin Dean for the game's first score. Two-point conversion would be no good. Gilmer County leads 6-0. Later in the first quarter, Schuff gets the short throw to Gunnar Haley, who picks up 23 yards and a first down for GCHS. Same drive and the same receiver, but this time it's in the end zone for another Gilmer County touchdown. This time they would go for the two-point conversion again. It would be no good, but it is 12-0 Gilmer County at the end of one quarter of play. More Titan offense in the second quarter. Another long touchdown. This one does almost laterally to Jared Pritt, who takes it up the left sideline for a 34-yard scamper. Two-point conversion would succeed this time, and that makes it 20-0 for the home team. Before the half, another score for Gilmer County as Cole Haley gets a short pass and a 15-yard touchdown to increase the lead to 27-0 at the end of two quarters. Gilmer County rolls to victory by the final of 57-0. We can update that graphic to say they are now 10-0. Steve Schuff and company getting the job done, getting 10 victories. They will be home in round one of the playoffs, and we will take a look at all the playoff projections coming up later in Fifth Quarter Extra. To the AA bracket now, Liberty taking on Grafton, a win, and the Mountaineers would be postseason bound for the first time in 6 years. We pick things up in the first quarter. Grafton with the ball deep in Liberty territory. Handoff goes to Tristan Cochran, who finds the edge, and he is in for the touchdown. Grafton takes an early 7-0 lead. We go to the second quarter now. The Bearcat offense would strike again. Garrett Wellman is going to air one out to Austin Markavage, who is double coverage, but somehow manages to come down with it. He throws a stiff arm and is off to the races. Bearcats up 13-0 after the PAT would be no good. But finally, the Mountaineers would answer. Seth McKinney, a little trouble with the snap, but he scrambles outside the pocket. Fires to the end zone. Dalton Westfall makes a diving grab while going out of bounds for the touchdown. It's 13-6. Grafton with the lead. We step ahead to the third quarter. Liberty with possession, staring at 4th and 3 deep in Bearcat territory. Broderick Lance goes right, slips a few tackles, takes it in for the touchdown. The Mountaineers tie things up at 13 apiece. Same score to the fourth quarter now. Mountaineers facing yet another 4th and short in Bearcat territory. It's Lance getting the snap. He steamrolls the defender in for another 6 points. 20 unanswered for Liberty. They take a 20-13 lead. Mountaineers trying to put it away. The handoff goes to Westfall, but it is fumbled. The Bearcats have life after falling on top of it midway through the fourth quarter. Now with the game on the line, Grafton looking to tie it in the fourth. Wellman drops back, but the pass is underthrown and picked off by Lance, and that does it. A.J. Harmon and company are playoff bound. They pick up their 7th victory of the season, winning by the final of 20-13. They're looking like the number 15 seed in Class AA, and again, we'll tell you what all that means coming up later in the show. The 96th edition of the East-West game in Fairmont. Fairmont Senior looking to improve their playoff stock. They enter the night ranked 4th in Class AA. First quarter, first possession for the Bull Bears. Jake Abbott looks deep, and he's got Talon Miller at the goal line. That's a 31-yard touchdown. That gets Fairmont Senior on the board first. They lead 7-0. Next possession for the Bears. They are facing 4th and long. Abbott taken down short of the line to gain by Keller Jenkins. So the Bees defense would stand and they take over. But the Bears get the ball back late in the quarter. Abbott keeps it and takes it 12 yards to the house. West doubles their lead to 14-0. In the final seconds of the quarter, the Polar Bear defense getting in the act. Miller with a pick near midfield, and he's got a pick six, 45-yard return. 20-0, Fairmont Senior in control through one quarter of play, and they would start to build on that lead in the second. Abbott gets it out to Michael Toothman, puts a shoulder down, he takes it down to the B 15-yard line. A penalty would back up the Bears a little bit, but no problem. A few plays later, Abbott goes left and goes 23 yards for the score. The lead is now 27-0 for Fairmont Senior. Late in the half, we haven't called Bryson Gilbert's name yet. Well, here he goes, 19 yards for the 5th Polar Bear touchdown of the half. 34-0 Fairmont Senior at the half, and they go on to win the 96th East-West game with ease, the final 48-7. Senior night in Southwest, and the Lewis County Minutemen looking to wrap up the season at 5-5, taking on the Colts of Philip Barber. The Colts' James Murphy kicks off to Lewis County's Jacob White, and he takes it at the 20, starts inside, cuts back outside down the far sideline. He's got some good blocking ahead of him, and he beats the kicker, and 80 yards later, a perfect way for Lewis County to start the game, bringing back the opening kickoff as they jump out to an early 7-0 lead. With 3:52 left in the first, Colts trying to get something going. Damian Gonzalez drops back, rolls out, hits Matthew McCoy in stride. He goes out of bounds at the 50. That drive, however, would stall out. 3:19 left in the half now. Lewis starting the drive at the Colts 43. Thomas Hogan rolls out, fires a long ball to a wide open Dalton Lowther, who takes it 57 yards. And that makes it a 17-0 Lewis County lead. Now with 2 minutes left in the half, Lewis trying to add more. Hogan drops back, fires to Adam Cutlip, but the Colts' Jordan Haller steps in front of him for the interception, but again, that Colt ensuing drive would stall out. Now midway through the third, still a 17-0 game. 3rd and 30 at the 27. Hogan out of the shotgun, hands off to White, makes a couple of guys miss. He's off for the races, 83 yards to the house. That makes it 24-0 for the Minutemen. Now late in the third, Colts driving at the 33. Curtis Humphreys gets flushed out of the pocket, lobs one over the middle. Robert Schanneberger tips it, and Nate Fraser is there for the interception. He returns it to the PB 45. Lewis closes out their season with a victory as they take this one by the final of 38-8 as they get to 5-5 on the season. Coming up after the break, CJ Harvey steps in with highlights from Fairmont and West Union as fifth quarter, built by Trinity Homes, continues after this.
For your play of the week, we take it back to the Colts with a nice boot down the field, and of course you just saw this huge kick return all the way down the field. It was a beautiful run, nice catch and return. It ended up being your play of the week. Welcome back to fifth quarter, built by Trinity Homes. Last year, Tucker County upset Notre Dame in Week 11 to deny the Irish a playoff berth. Now, no such stakes were in play tonight at Duval Rosier Field, but this is always a heated rivalry matchup. And heated it was, but mostly on the Tucker County sideline. Quarterback Luke Poling drops back and floats one into the end zone for a wide open Jamison Hardy. Mountain Lions take a 7-0 early lead in the first. And the Fighting Irish made some really nice plays tonight. Here, Noah Bohanna makes a nice leaping grab over 2 defenders to push Notre Dame into Tucker territory. And right after that, quarterback Ryan Laasimar finds Antonio Brewer down the sideline, putting Notre Dame just inside the 10-yard line with the Irish hungry for a score. But a poorly timed snap deflects off the man in motion, and Tucker County takes the ball the other way. Still, in the first, Poling calling his own number with a nice stiff arm, hitting the sideline with speed, doubling Tucker County's lead 14-0. And the Fighting Irish marching here again, and nobody is stopping Elijah Helsley from getting Notre Dame on the board this time. Fighting Irish only down 14-7, but in the second quarter, Tucker County really opened their lead. Brett Reel breaks a few tackles and ends up rolling his way into the end zone, putting the Mountain Lions up 21-7, and they would score again before the Fighting Irish had any success on offense. But on this play, Noah Bohanna makes the nice tiptoe grab in the back of the end zone for this touchdown. That's a nice score. Irish trailing 28-14, but Tucker County's offense could not be slowed down tonight. Poling again, calling his own number on the QB scramble, and this score actually put the Lions up 41-14 at halftime, and they would only add to that score, finishing off the Fighting Irish 68-28. Whew. Both schools finished the season at 3-7. Now let's take you out to West Union as the Bulldogs of Doddridge County host the Crusaders of Parkersburg Catholic, and Crusaders trying the halfback pass on the first possession of the game, but Hunter Riffle gets his 14th interception of his career and ends up setting the Doddridge career record. Congrats to Hunter Riffle. Crusaders get the ball back, and Ryan Rodersheimer gets the ball and beats the defense around the corner. He gets into the end zone. Crusaders lead 6-0. And fourth down for the Bulldogs. Hunter Riffle drops back for the pass for the fake, and he finds Seth Davis for the first down and more inside the opposing 20-yard line. And same drive as Curtis James takes the pitch, makes it to the outside, and stretches just far enough for that score. Bulldogs now lead 7-6, and they continue to look to add on to their lead, but the snap goes high, and the Crusaders pounce on the Defense pounces on the ball in the end zone, and they now lead 12-6. Doddridge looking to get back the lead as James takes the pitch, and this time he throws into the end zone and finds Griffin Devricks for the touchdown. Doddridge takes the 15-12 lead, and that would be your final. Doddridge wins this one 15-12. And coming up after the break, Shelby Cassesi has highlights from the most anticipated game of the night, Elkins at Buchanan Upshur. That and plenty more as fifth quarter Built by Trinity Homes rolls on after this.
We had a big hit at Buchanan Upshur tonight. BU on offense, Jack Garcia gets the shovel pass, but he is completely rocked, helmet and all, by Jacob Cooper. All were okay on the play, no flags, so that is your hit of the week. Welcome back to the fifth quarter, Built by Trinity Homes. We'll check out highlights from a slew of playoff teams in a bit. But first, the biggest matchup of the week as it pertains to the playoff picture coming into this evening. AAA Buchanan Upshur and AA Elkins both sat in 17th place in their respective classes. 16 make the postseason. The winner of tonight's game between the Bucks and the Tigers would still need some help to make it into the playoffs, but the losing team would be completely eliminated. So let's head on out to Tenerton. Nothing like a win-or-go-home game in the final weeks of the regular season. Bucks also celebrating senior night. It's BU that strikes first. Quarterback Nathan Tolliver keeps it for himself, finds a hole, and there he goes. He'll take it to the end zone untouched for a 55-yard touchdown. BU up 7-0. Elkins, though, has the answer. Corey Gillespie takes the snap and pushes through the pile for the 1-yard touchdown. Tied game 7-7. It's BU at the goal line now. Tolliver takes it home for his second touchdown of the night. That's a 2-yard score, and the Bucks are up 14-7. To end the half, check out the foot on George Triplett. He boots a 43-yard field goal with 3 seconds on the clock, and the Tigers head into the half down 4. It's 14-10. Turnovers a major key in the second half. Bucks can't hang on to it deep in their own territory, and Elkins' Jeremiah Koger recovers. Tigers get the ball at the BU 5, and they cash in. Jared Zopp crosses the goal line for a 1-yard touchdown run. Tigers take the lead at 17-14. Tigers are driving again, but a high snap is eventually recovered by BU's Dalton Marple, and that proves to be big for the Bucks. They take it downfield to the 1-yard line, where Cam Payne punches it in. Bucks are back on top, 21-17. Then with less than 2 minutes to go in the game, it's Payne with a few great runs to set up his second 1-yard strike, and that's the dagger. BU finishes the year winning 4 of their last 5. They win 28-17, and they have punched their ticket to the postseason. Check out where they fall when we reveal the playoff rankings in the fifth quarter extra. Playoff teams doing battle in Shinston, Lincoln, and North Marion in a wild one. First quarter, North Marion's first possession of the game, Cal Elliott hits Brett Mays for 49 yards, and there he goes. That sets up Elliott, who hits Zach McIntyre, a 2-yard touchdown pass. It's 7-0 North Marion. Then on the ensuing kickoff, Lincoln's Dustin Marks received the kick, and he is gone to the house, 86 yards, and just like that, we are all tied up at 7-7, and we are just getting going in this one. Next Huskies possession, TJ Starsick goes right up the middle for a 50-yard gain, and that will set up this. Just 3 plays later, it's Elliott who keeps it, and he is in from 2 yards up, and it's 14-7. Huskies lead by a score. Then, still in the first quarter, Lincoln would respond. Kobe Carpenter throws it. At the other end of the rainbow is Chase Riley, who snags the 30-yard touchdown pass, and it's 14-all. Riley is the county's all-time leading receiver now. Second quarter, and Lincoln's going to take the lead. Carpenter is going to throw to Anthony Keller, who reels it in for the touchdown. 24-14 Cougars, but back come the Huskies. Starsick breaks tackles at the line of scrimmage. He goes 20 yards to the end zone, all knotted up at 21. North would lead 28-21 at the half. Second half, Carpenter finds Jonathan Leap, who makes the catch. That's a 53-yard touchdown, and we are tied at 28. Next Cougars possession, they take the lead. Keller from 1 yard out. Cougars up now, 35-28. North responds, though, of course. Swing pass goes to Mays, who slips a tackle. 76 yards for the score for him. 35-all. North would regain the lead in the fourth quarter. Elliott keeps it here, and he is gone. 47 yards for the score of his own, and it's 42-35. Huskies lead it, and this one is just getting going. Believe it or not, the Cougars do come back. Carpenter to Dustin Marks for a 13-yard touchdown connection. The PAT is no good, so North still leads by a point. It's 42-41. Huskies respond yet again. Elliott with the keeping, who goes 45 yards for the touchdown. That makes it 49-41 North with 2:25 to go in the game. Under a minute to go now. Hunter Moore finds the end zone for the Cougars, and the 2-point conversion is good. We are tied at 49 and headed to OT. Lincoln's ball first in OT. Moore finds the end zone from 4 yards out. Cougars lead 56-49. North trying to tie it up here, but Elliott's pass is juggled, and Leap comes away with the interception for the win, and the Cougars get this one in a wild one. In overtime, 56-49 the final. South Harrison in Work County tonight, wrapping up their season, and after jumping out to a quick 6-0 lead, South Harrison added to it early and often, including this 40-yard run by who else but South Harrison's Freddie Canary. Then later on for the Hawks, it's Jonathan Whitehair getting the ball at the midfield stripe, shedding tackles as he fights his way down the far sideline for another Hawks touchdown. The Hawks conclude their season at 9-1. They roll over Work County 76-13, the final score. We'll wrap things up with our Boot of the Week next.
Put a wrap on the show. The Benny's Boot Hill Boot of the Week comes to us from Tennerton. Elkins kicker George Triplett splits the uprights from 43 yards with time running out in the first half. Elkins, however, would fall 28-17, but George Triplett of the Tigers is awarded our Benny's Boot Hill Boot of the Week. We've got a huge show coming up on Fifth Quarter Extra, built by Trinity Homes on WVFX Fox 10 in just a few minutes. We'll break out our playoff projections in all three classes, plus more highlights, and we'll also take you down to Beckley for highlights from day one of the state soccer championships. We'll see you on WVFX Fox 10 in just about 90 seconds.